Welcome to NocBro Nation.
Welcome back, guys. Jarrell here.
And I am Josh, and today we're here to review episode 9 of The Walking Dead, season 10B, Squeeze.
Honestly, it was an amazing episode. The thrill of death was there the entire time with everyone in the cave. And I thought it was done really well. I mean, there were some shocking moments in that episode, of course, we know, but I think there was some also characters like Magna who was like reflecting on that she left things bad with Yumiko. Carol was trying to come to grips of what she actually did. Daryl basically is putting her in her place. Like, look, you have to stop doing this because I loved his line, the people that you love are getting hurt.
Yeah.
So it's not just, Daryl understands her mode of vengeance. But one thing that really struck me with Carol, though, is like, you would think like a psychotic person would want to, it's basically she wants to torture Alpha. Like she wants to hurt her and then kill her. Now, Daryl understands that. We all understand what she wants to do because of the loss, but it's just, I loved at the end, Melissa McBride should be getting nominated with Oscars, Emmys for her performance because it was amazing. Like she broke down. I mean, she was like at the end of the road and she was just begging for forgiveness, but she's not going to get it right now.
I didn't really like the whole Carol stuff. I mean, I get it, right? I get that, the part where she broke down at the cliff where she says, she finally says to Daryl, she killed my son. You could tell that even that phrase was so hard for her to get out in all the previous conversations that she was talking to Daryl about this. It was all pointed towards Alpha. Yeah. I'm going to kill Alpha. I'm going to get Alpha. I'm going to get her horde. And at that moment, she breaks down and says, she killed my son. And, but she just keeps screwing over the group. At what cost does all of your stuff, cost the group, right? I mean, we now have 2 survivors in Magna and
Connie.
Connie, thank you.
Yeah. Still alive.
We hope trapped.
I think they are because in some of the trailers that we've seen kind of it looked like what Connie was almost like not really carrying Magna, but you can see like there's a lot of dust on Connie. So I think that scene is actually of them probably in the next episode trying to get out and Daryl going back to try to
initial reaction, you thought they were dead.
I thought they were gone, but when you said they were standing,
hold on, they were standing, and it seemed like stuff fell in front of them, and it just made it seem like to us that they were just completely,
that explodes. Well, yeah, I mean, you got to think that one piece of dynamite that Carol dropped started the whole thing coming down. So the rest of the dynamite exploding, I'm like, that whole thing's gonna come down. But yeah, I think they are still alive, and
I'm curious to know, when she took one stick, I'm like, is that it? Why didn't she take more? And then you actually see the damage that it did, that one stick, and you're like, oh shit. But, I'm curious to know what kind of damage it did to Alpha's horde.
Yeah, and I mean, you understand what Carol's motives are, that the second motive was like, yeah, you could take out half the horde right now, but to the length of almost killing yourself, going by yourself in the dark. No one's an expert climber. So, I mean, she almost died and fell herself. So, luckily Daryl had the foresight of, oh God, I got to go get her because she's going to do something stupid.
If you're Daryl, it's...
he's always having to go back for her.
It's quite frustrating.
And that's
and you saw that in that final scene where he just didn't want to have anything to do with her. I think that was the...
Plus with Connie.
The person, and that's what I was going to say, the person that he cared about a lot is now trapped. The fate is, we don't know. He doesn't know.
Yeah.
And it took that to finally say that's the straw that broke the camel's back right there. I don't want to have anything to do with you right now. I think it was more of, right now, please get away from me, than I don't want you around me forever. Like, I think it was an immediate reaction of, I can't talk to you right now.
Yeah. Yeah. And so the huge change. So the major change, which was very remnant to issue 156 of the comics with Negan holding Alpha. The comic title is Queen and King.
And I absolutely loved
that cover.
I love that cover, but I love the reference coming from Negan.
Yes.
When he's explaining to Alpha, look, I was once where you're at. Mm-hmm. I was leading people. It's not something about I'm the king, queen.
Right.
I love that reference.
It was amazing. But a complete 180 twist of the comic source material where Negan does
360.
Yeah, does not hook up with Alpha. That was very interesting for the show to do. Now, we did hear that there was a sexual content tagged to this episode. There were a number of you in the comments who said, "Oh, Negan's going to hook up with Alpha." So I'm not sure if maybe you guys are, looking at spoiler sites or whatever.
Probably already knew. Come on, guys.
If they were guessing it, good job for you. But I did not expect that. And it was, honestly, it took me back a bit. It's a creepy thing you see, but I just didn't. When I first saw the comment, I was like, I don't think Alpha would give herself to somebody like that. And I don't know if Negan would do it either. Now, we're led to believe Alpha does not do this at all. This is something that Alpha saw in Negan that maybe reminded her of the man that she always wanted. She despised her husband. She wants somebody who's crass, who's strong, like Negan is. And
there's a problem with that, though. But there's a problem with that.
Yeah.
Beta's that.
But that's the thing, though. And that's the thing. I think Beta and Alpha's relationship is completely different.
Yeah.
She's not going to all the Whisperers, if you do some good deed for me, I'll have
absolutely.
sex with you.
No, I completely agree.
Yeah. But that was my first thought. Did she do this with Beta? And I'm like, to me, I don't think she did. But I think Negan was the first.
Yeah, but let's analyze this from a Negan's perspective. A lot of people were like, how could he do this? But if you're in his position, what happens if you turn her down?
Exactly.
I think what he feared going out there,
he thought he was going to be killed.
Probably would have happened if he would have turned her down.
Yeah.
Because this is something Alpha does not do.
No.
And if you're going to turn down the one time that she actually does this, you're probably going to die for it.
Yeah. And it was actually good that probably Beta wasn't around, that she sent Beta on a mission, because he probably would have followed her and probably watching in the trees.
Especially with Negan around. So do you think that was actually planned on her part? You got to think so. You got to think that she knows that Beta is probably getting a little jealous.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know, but maybe.
But
it's cool that that's how Beta is going to why he infiltrates Alexandria, is to find Gamma. But of course, she sent him. Well, actually, she sent him thinking that Gamma is a traitor anyway. So
she sent them because Gamma did not check in,
right?
With the outpost,
and she even suspects that she is that she is the spy. So, but she tells Beta, if you do find her, bring her back to me, and I will punish her and make the pack watch.
But man, what a power move by Negan.
A big power move.
Paying attention,
He's very observant.
Yeah.
Very observant.
And it'll be interesting to see where that goes.
The time that he can sit there silent, he's observing.
Because Jarrell and I do not believe that he is he's not a joiner. He may say that he's a joiner, but he is not a joiner. So
the comic book storyline will happen. It's going to.
It will completely throw me for a loop if it does not happen, or if it's remixed. Yeah. Because right now I can tell you I see one other person doing it, but we won't get. That's a different video.
Yeah, but overall it was a great episode, and I think Angela King also kind of did mention about I don't know if she mentioned on Talking Dead or if they talked about it on Talking Dead. She wasn't on Talking Dead, but they mentioned about how dark it was, and I think she did an interview where she was talking about the dark scenes, and she didn't want it to be too dark, but she wanted the viewers to get that feel of, in real life in a cave like that, it's gonna be dark. It's gonna be creepy. You'll have your light over here. You turn over here. There's a walker in your face.
But let's talk about that though. I'm gonna call the BS, and you guys probably saw this on my reaction video. But the stump hand on fire. Come on.
Oh, the walker blood. Yeah,
No, the walker hand.
Yeah, the walker hand, yeah.
But the walker blood is not flammable.
You don't know about the mutation of the virus.
That's true.
No, I understand that. I mean, that thing stayed lit. I mean, you're talking about dead human flesh, bone, rotting skin, hair follicles.
Don't tell me that the skin's going to burn. Not going to happen. Don't tell me that the hair is going to burn, because if it does, it's not going to burn that long. And even if you wrap that thing with a cloth, it's not going to stay burning as long as it did.
I'll say this. I guarantee you this is what happened that we didn't see. They're in a mine shaft, right? So Daryl dipped that into like some oil that was around the mine and lit it. We just didn't see it.
Epic eye roll. But no, I mean,
funny,
other than the darkness of the episode, I thought it was really good.
Yeah.
You know what? It's the kind of episode where the situation they were in, you're not going to get any lighter than that. I mean, it's just the environment that they were in. But I did love the scenes that were happening when time was down. You know, like with Carol and Daryl. Even the moment with Connie and Carol, where Connie was coaching her through the tunnel because of her claustrophobia.
I love that part.
That was amazing.
Her heavy breathing, she's freaking out. Like, yeah, that it would do that to somebody. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
so.
And another scene that I really loved about the episode was Kelly outside of when they got out.
Yeah.
Loved that, because here is Daryl frantically wanting to get to Connie and Magna, and Kelly, who is god awfully hurt.
Her sister.
Like, that's her sister. She's crying just as bad, but yet she realizes that what just happened is going to attract them. And her line, we cannot save them if we are dead ourselves.
Yeah, that was perfect. Yeah. I loved it because it was true. I mean, that big of an explosion is going to bring whisperers and walkers around, and it's going to take you forever to dig through there. So to Daryl's point, he wants to go off, find another way in, because he thinks there's another entry point, which I'm sure there is. But I love that from Kelly, because you would think the first person that would be digging in there would be Kelly to get after her sister, and Magna, which is probably another one of her sisters.
That's her group, but that's her group, right? Yeah. But yet here it is. She realizes that, look, this is not going to happen. We have to go. Yeah. It was a great scene. That scene overall was probably the best of the episode for me, because you get the emotions from everyone. Even Aaron was pissed off.
Yeah, he was. So we'll leave this episode of this. Do you think Jerry will succumb to his injury? Because he was bit. I believe he was bit.
I don't think he was bit.
He was bleeding.
Yeah, no, I think that was Walker blood. I think that was them biting the shoe so much that their blood rubbed on the shoe. I don't think that he was bit.
Okay.
But
because it kind of did somebody say it didn't get through or something like that?
I think they said it didn't get through. But
okay.
We'll have to watch it again.
Yeah.
I'm fairly certain that they said it.
You could be right. I mean, as it's biting, their own blood is going to get on it, but then it's like, I thought I heard somebody say it didn't get through. I mean, they're going to definitely check when they get back. But he still had to be carried. He was still limping, which probably from him squeezing through things. But
squeeze.
He seemed to be limping, though. That's why I thought he may have gotten bit. But we'll have to find out.
I would think that if he was bit, though, they would make something more of it, right? I mean, it's a pretty iconic character at this point.
Yeah. I don't know. Who knows? There's so much stuff going on this season. But, yeah, I mean, we'll leave it at that. We're not going to go incredibly long just because, the episode, it was what it was. The cave outside, that was about it.
Yeah, there really wasn't much, but what was there was really good. I really enjoyed this premiere.
It was good. So, guys, stay tuned for later in the week. We will be doing our episode 10 predictions. We'll be taking a look at the teaser trailer, breaking that down, and any other pictures that they release. They usually release some pictures ahead of the episode. We'll break those down and give our predictions for the next episode. From what I'm told, it's not going to be until about episode 11 to where the actual Whisperer War kind of maybe
starts ramping up.
The attack on Hilltop is really going to start ramping up. And then episode 12 will be the return of Michonne. So we're going to have to wait a couple episodes for that. But stay tuned, guys.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, guys. So make sure you leave the comment below. Let us know what you think. Give the video a quick like. Smash the subscribe button. Hit that bell so you're always notified. Stay tuned for more videos from us. I'm Jarrell.
I'm Josh.
We're NocBro Nation.
We're out.